The story begins 200 years ago with Caesar, a sea king of Russia who had a magical ring in his hand. One day, he called his spy frog and asked about the fish whom he wanted to marry. But then he came to know that she, the fish, had escaped from his clutches. After this, we see a boy living on the seashore whose name was Emilia. He lived with his blind father, who worked as a blacksmith. One day, Emilia sneaked out into the snow. He was going to go skating, but suddenly his father heard the sound of his feet. He called Emilia to see if she was big enough to help him. Emilia pretended to be small to avoid the task. After this, Emilia started rolling. We reached the riverbank and started trying to catch fish, but did not catch even a single fish. Then suddenly a storm came in the water, and a strong wave of water fell on her. Then Emilia saw that a big fish came into her bucket on its own. Now, he reached home happily and started preparing to cook the fish, but suddenly the fish started speaking and said that if Emilia left him alive, then she would fulfill his 3 wishes. Emilia said that he wanted to see the city, but did not want to move away from the stove. Then suddenly the fish, with its magic, took Emilia out of the house along with the stove, and took her straight towards the city. Poor Emilia remained stuck to the stove out of fear, and even the common people got scared after seeing her. Now Emilia was feeling very cold. That is why she asked for her second wish and said that she wanted summer to start right now. At that very moment, all the snow melted and there was greenery all around. The whole road was also filled with water, and when Emilia, as soon as he came out, he was quite disappointed because he had made 2 wishes worthless. Then suddenly he encountered some bandits. They did not find any valuable thing with Emilia, so they started taking away her bucket, but Emilia, he could not lose that fish under any circumstances. That is why he snatched the bucket and ran away and threw that fish in the river. But soon the bandits captured him again and hanged him upside down from a tree. Later he saw a girl from the riverside. When he saw the girl coming and freed Emilia, he ran to the river to search for the fish. But unfortunately, to no avail. Then the girl told her name as Valsa, and as soon as he heard her voice, Emilia recognized that it was she. Now Emilia stole his scarf so that he could not run away and got ready to ask for his 3rd wish. He said that he wanted to marry Princess Anissa, the daughter of the Tsar of Russia. Over there in the royal palace, Princess Anissa and Prince Lord of England Ratham was with Ratham. He was trying to please her by giving her various priceless gifts. He showed the princess a musical instrument which was played by a dwarf man from inside, and everyone thought that it played on its own. Soon, Emilia and Vasilisa also came to the Tsar's palace and started listening to them. Then the Tsar, in order to humiliate Ratham, said that this instrument is nothing. He has a cat whose song people listen to. Emilia himself jumped there and said that he could catch this magical cat, but in return Princess Anissa would have to marry him. The princess was surprised to hear this, but the Tsar was very happy to see her bravery, and he agreed to accept Emilia's condition. Now, Emilia set out in search of that cat, but Lisa Nene explained to her that it would not be so easy to catch that cat. Whenever she finds a human, the cat asks her to choose a song of her choice. It is said that if the cat sings a sad song, then the man dies crying, and if the cat sings a happy song, then the man automatically starts dancing and keeps dancing till he dies. But Emilia, again, he also did not turn back, and soon Vasa reached the dense forest with Lisa. Finally, after crossing a very difficult path, he reached the cat. When the cat asked him to choose a song, Emilia chose a sad song. When the cat sang the song, suddenly Emilia also started singing a song with her because it was the same song which her mother used to sing to her in her childhood. When the cat saw that Amelia was not bothered by this song, she started crying and finally agreed to go with Amelia. There. Second, on the other hand, Lisa found Caesar's spy, the frog. The frog told her that all the preparations for the wedding had been done. Hearing all this, Amelia did not understand anything, so Lisa told her that once Caesar had saved her from a hunter's trap, so Lassa owes him money, and now Caesar wants to marry her in Padley. Well, then they soon arrive at the royal palace where Lord Ratham is, asking for Princess Anissa's hand in marriage. But then Amelia bursts in with the cat. Soon the cat started playing a song, and everyone started dancing on their own. Then the Tsar ordered him to take the cat somewhere far away. He was very impressed by Amelia's bravery, but now the princess was forced to marry a common man like Amelia as per the condition. She did, and want to do it, so she decided to give Amalia another risky task. Then at night the princess met the spirit of her mother Zarina, and Zarina told her it was a very dangerous task for Amalia. Then the next morning Lord Ratham told her English. He was trying to please the jar with the juicer. There was a dwarf man inside it who used to make juice of fruits and vegetables and take out the juice, and the jar was quite surprised to see this unique juicer, and then Anisha came there and placed her next condition. He said that he needed a magical cloth, which, when placed on the table, would make any food item appear immediately. Then the Tsar called Amelia and entrusted her with the task of finding a cloth. Soon Amelia and Vasily started searching for this cloth. Then, on the way, Vasily told him that this magical cloth was with two brothers. Then after some time, he stopped at a small hut and asked for some food from the Baba living there. Then Baba gave him some food and said Amelia felt very bad after hearing that this time the harvest was not good, so she did not have much to eat. But Lisa praised the loyalty of Baba and his wife and said that both of them are just like a needle and thread, complete each other. After walking for a long time, they reached the city of stones, where two men were eating continuously. Both of them were fed up with eating like this and wished that someone would come and take this cloth. Then Amelia approached them. He went and tried to steal the cloth, but the two brothers threw coconut on him and made him unconscious. Then Lisa went and asked for water from them, and when she saw her face in the water, she felt very remorseful. She remembered that earlier he was a brave soldier who he had fought against the Sultan of Turkey, but now he had become so fat that he could not walk and go out of here. Then he asked Valsa to take this cloth, but at the last moment he changed his mind, but till then he was very quick like a vassal. She took both the clothes and Amelia and ran away from there. Later, when Amelia regained consciousness, she plucked flowers for her future wife Anissa. However, Lisa tried to explain to her that the princess wants to kill her and you are her love. In Ladahua is roaming around, but Amelia was not ready to listen to him. However, he narrated to Lisa his poem written for Anissa, at the end of which he will propose to her. However, Lisa got so lost in it that she said yes to the marriage. And then he came out of the city of his thoughts and said that you should marry someone else and not that naughty princess. Later, when he reached the city with the cloth, the Tsar and Princess Anisha got the news that Amelia had married the cloth. The Tsar has returned, and Anisha immediately reached the crossroads and saw that Amelia was distributing free food to the people all over the city. Later, Anisha said that she was ready to marry Amelia, but she had one last condition, according to which Amelia had to Anissa will have to seek permission from the spirit of her dead mother Zarina for their marriage. Now Amelia, once again, agrees to fulfill her condition. Then, at night, Lisa shows her the way to the world of the dead. But he cautioned Amelia and said that till date no one has come back from there, but Amelia still stood firm. Then on the way, both of them met Amelia's father, but Amelia remained silent so that her father does not know that she is present here. During this time, her father said all the good things about Amelia in front of Vasilis. Soon he realized that Amelia was also here and he called out to her. Then Amelia apologized to him for all her mischief and he decided to ask Vasilis for his last wish. He wanted his father's eyesight to be restored and Lisa fulfilled his wish. Later, when both of them reached the riverbank, Amelia thanked Vasilis and returned her scarf, but Vasilisa still went ahead with him, and soon both of them reached the world of the dead. Then the King Kasai came to meet them, and it was revealed that Vasilisa was actually his daughter. Once Vasilisa had made a big mistake. Kasai had turned her into a fish. Then Lisa asked Kosei to call Zarina's soul. When Zarina's soul came there, they came to know that she was punished by starvation, due to which she died. Now Emilia said that I want to marry your daughter, but Zarina clearly refused, but instead of helping her daughter, Vasil saw Kosei felt that I should help this boy, so he gave food to Zarina and gave her food. Curse talked about removal, after which finally Zarina agreed for the marriage. On the other hand, when the Tsar saw this, he was very happy. On the other hand, Vasil said goodbye to his father, and he said that as soon as he left from here, Emilia saw everything. Hearing this, Whistle Saw was smiling at Emilia with sad eyes. Next morning, when Emilia opened her eyes, she had forgotten Whistle Saw. As soon as he reached the shore, he ran away, and Whistle Saw again transformed into a fish and went into the river. After this, Emilia went to Anissa, but she said that she had fallen in love with someone else, but she did not remember who it was. On hearing this, Anissa happily ordered the arrest of Emilia. He was taken to the crossroads, and it was announced that whatever exploits he had done were done with the help of magic, hence now he would be put to death for betraying Princess Anissa. Hearing this, the Tsar was disappointed. He left from there. Then, in her last moments, Emilia remembered her childhood and the time spent with her father. Then suddenly, after escaping from the clutches of Caesar, the vassal came there once again. In return for getting Emilia released, the vassal gave Anissa promises to give up her powers, and Anissa happily releases Emilia Co. Then Anissa makes herself queen by asking for her first wish. She snatches the crown from her father Tsar and imprisons him in a tower. Now Anissa's second wish was to become the wife of the King of England. Then the ambassador of England came with a marriage proposal for her. On the other hand, Emilia was going to her home and trying to remember the person with whom she had fallen in love. Then suddenly, his father talks about needle and thread, which lights up our hero's mind, and he realizes that he is in love with Lisa, and he remembers everything about the time he spent with Valsa. Now he immediately headed towards the city. When he left, his father and two brothers also came with him. Then all four of them together broke the door of the palace, and Emilia started searching for Vasil Saw. Vasil Saw did not believe that Emilia recognized him, but then Anissa came in between and said that she does not want to become a magician like Weasel Saw, but Weasel Saw understood her third wish and fulfilled it, and then suddenly she also became a fish, and then she felt that now her powers are of no use because they can only help others. Of wishes can be fulfilled. Then Anisha called one of her servants and asked him to wish that Anisha gets married to the most powerful king in the world. As soon as the servant made this wish, suddenly Caesar came out of the sea and gave Anisha his wish. Took him along because in reality, he was the most powerful king in the world. Finally, the Curse of the Witch ended, and Amelia went to him and recited her poem and finally
Kissed him.
In the end, Amelia and Lisa, always united forever. If you liked this different story and want to hear more such stories, then do tell in the comments.